Welcome back. Well, the start is good and the first 30 minutes as well have been very good for the Bulls because we're holding on to those solid gains and we're holding above that 19,850 odd mark, which is good news. But let's move on to our next management. That's another bank, PNB. Well, that's the next corporate on our show. The deposit momentum has been soft in the first quarter. The key positive is the stress has declined significantly with the lowest slippage ratio seen in the past 10 quarters. Mr. Atul Kumar Goel, the MD and CEO of the bank, joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Goel. Good morning and congratulations on a pretty good set of numbers. I had a two-part question for you. Your NIMs, well, they've seen some pressure on a sequential basis. So what's the guidance we should be looking at out there? And I believe on the asset quality front, now you're guiding for better things in comparison to what you thought, say, a quarter or 2 quarters ago. So give us the number out there as well.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. D'Souza. As far as asset quality is concerned, because it has already declined from the 8.73 to 7.72, and as far as the net NPA is concerned, it has reduced from the 2.72 to 1.98. So last time we have given the guidance for our net NPA will be less than 2% by the March 2024. So already we have achieved 1.98. So we are revising our guidance. It will be less than 1% by the end of the March 22. Similarly, we are revising the guidance from the gross NPA 7 to 6.5% by the end of the March 24 because our slippage has also been controlled. As far as the NIM is concerned, last time also I have told because the entire deposit repricing has not been done. So this is the reason that last time also we have given the guidance for the NIM between the 2.9 to between 3. So we are still maintaining that because although our NIM in the global is as on date is 3.08.
Okay, so you're revising your asset quality guidance lower, which is of course very good. So you're saying asset quality will improve further, but the net interest margins you're saying will be maintained at 2.9 to 3%. Got that. Can you tell us a little bit about loan growth as well? Your deposit growth actually this time was, I think, the best in the last 13 quarters, almost a 15% growth. Is this 15 to 20% growth something that you can do by the end of the year as far as loan growth is concerned?
Sonia, as far as loan growth is concerned, we have given the guidance it should remain between the 12 to 13%. Although if you see the last quarter June, it was more than 14.58. But still we are maintaining our guidance, whatever we have been getting 12 to 13% because some of the loan in the short term in the nature. As far as deposit is concerned, deposit is not an issue for the bank because we are having 16 crore customer. Last year we have opened 80 lakhs account, saving bank 2 lakh current account. So whatever the guidance we have given 10 to 11%, we are still maintaining because we don't require much deposit because we are having the excess SLR of the around 5 to 6%. So this is our guidance for the deposit. Although we have achieved the deposit growth more than the 14%, so our basically stays on the CASA, how to improve the CASA.
Right. Mr. Goel, hi, good morning. Could you tell us why your write-offs are still elevated? What can you do to sort of, improve collections really as a whole?
Prashant, if you see what was the issue in the bank up to 2022, every quarter before that, the recovery was less than the addition. Addition was much more. If you see the last all the 4 quarters, the recovery was more than the slippage. And this year we have set a target, recovery will be more than the double the addition because if you see the current quarter, last quarter June 2023, our recovery was 5,400 crore rupees and where this slippage is only 2,300. Moment you are taking the write-off is a 2 type of the write-off. What is the actual write-off? Sometimes if the technical write-off where we have made the 100% provision. But still whatever I am trying to tell you, our focus is on the reduction of the gross NPA by way of the actual recovery, not by way of the write-off.
All right. Mr. Goel, I had a 2-part question. Any fundraising plans you'll have and what are you planning on doing with that stake you have in PNB Housing?
As far as fundraising plan is concerned, if you see my capital adequacy is 15.54. as against the norm of the 11.5. So there is no immediate requirement of the fundraising, although we have got the approval from the board for 12,000 crore rupees in the current financial year by way of the 7,000 crore rupees for the 81 and 5,000 crore rupees of the Tier 2. In the current quarter itself, June 2022 quarter, we have raised around 390 crore rupees Tier 2, and we are just waiting the rate to reduce to on the 81, then we will raise the 81 as the appropriate time if rate is comfortable as per our choice. Your second question regarding the PNB finance, because the PNB housing finance has already issued the right issue, and we have also subscribed to the extent of the 500 crore rupees, which we have got the permission from the regulator. Our earlier holding, which was more than 30%, now it has brought to 28.15%. So as on date, we don't have any plan to sell any stake in the PNB housing finance.
Okay, so no plans to sell any stake in PNB Housing Finance. Got that. I also want to understand how much of your restructured book can go into NPAs, say, over the next 12 to 18 months. If you can just help me with that number. And what is the kind of recovery from NCLT that you're expecting in FY24?
I will give answer of the NCLT first. The NCLT in the first quarter is the recovery is 566 crore the June 2023, and for the next quarter September we are expecting 1,356, and the third quarter it will be around 438, and the fourth quarter it will be around 1,302. As far as your question is regarding the restructuring book is concerned, in OTR 1 as on date we are having the outstanding of 5,248, against which the standard is 3,231, remaining is the NPA. As far as the OTR 2 is concerned, the outstanding is 9,911, out of which this 7,323 is the standard, remaining is the NPA. And we have already made the provision for that, the more than 10% as per the guidelines of the RBI.
Right. Mr. Goel, just one last question from my side. Your staff costs, employee costs remain very elevated, and many have pointed out that that is the one reason why at a net level numbers have just about come in line. Could you give us a guidance on that? What should we expect in FY24?
Prashant, what is the reason of the, I may explain what is the reason of the employee cost, because November 2022 there is a wage revision due. So around 283 crore rupees we have provided in the June quarter, and similarly we have provided the same amount in the last March quarter, and the 2 months we have provided in December 22. When you are providing for the wage revision, there is an impact of the AS15 by way of the provision for the pension. If you see, because which is the based on the movement of the yield. March 23, the yield was 7.31 and it has moved to 7.11 in the June 2023, a decline of the 20 basis points. On account of this, we are required to make the provision of 1,230 crore rupees for the AS15 provision in the June 2023. I am hoping if rate will remain safe, so my requirement, which is 1,230, it will go down not more than the 400 crore rupees in the quarter to come. So I am hopeful that whatever the cost to income ratio is as on 53% more, it will be around 51% for whole of the year.
Well, get that. Thank you very much, Mr. Goel, for joining us, and good speaking with you as always here on CNBC-TV18. All the best, and speak with you soon again.